Hello everyone in Ireland. I hope everybody's keeping as well as can be during these intense times. I was asked by the great guys and girls at the Virgin Mary bar, which is Ireland's first non-alcoholic bar in Ireland, to make one of the drinks, one of my non-alcoholic drinks called the Garden Collins. Now this is going to be an improv because there's some stuff that I don't have at my apartment. And I will be using measures that are American measurements and not the UK and Irish measurements. So I believe they'll have some additions on this video, so that it'll give the recipes in mils as opposed to ounces. So basically, with this drink, before I start creating it, it's called the Garden Collins because we wanted to extract a lot of the flavors that are inherent from your garden, and obviously with the garden seedlip. And the flavors there's a lot of flavors that are reminiscent of the garden. Now I don't have the garden seedlip today. I'm going to be using the citrus variant, but it'll still work well for this drink, for this purpose. But essentially, in terms of building the drink, we still adopted the Collins formula in terms of obviously seedlip works in substitute of the alcoholic ingredients of whatever you use in your Collins. You're still going to have lemon juice, you'll have syrup and a carbonated element, which we'll be using a soda water. So for me, I don't like to use simple syrup or regular sugar syrup when I can use it to reinforce a flavor. So we work with an ingredient called aleo saccharum, which is lemon sherbet. And that would be an ingredient that would have been used a lot in the 19th century. And there was a guy particularly called William Tarrington who wrote a book, I believe it was in 1869, and he used this in a lot of his like gin punches that would be quite similar to a Collins. So what we're going to start with today is 2 fresh basil leaves, or basil as we call it back home. So just, you can turn them, you can put them in there, but as long as they're fresh. You can just pop that straight into your shaker. You don't need to muddle it or anything like that, because when you shake it, you're going to get the flavors coming through. The next element that we're going to add is our lemon juice. So again, I'm going to be using 3/4 of an ounce. Now back home that would be like 20 to 25 mils. So I'm going to add 3/4 of fresh lemon juice. I am then going to add my 3/4 of an ounce of lemon and elderflower sherbet. Now this was the ingredient that I was talking to you previously in terms of, so we started with basically building this syrup. You start with the zest of a lemon. You add your sugar to basically extract the oil from the citrus, and you add fresh lemon juice, and then we obviously add some elderflower there to add a top note. So we're going to add that, and then the next piece that we add is freshly pressed Granny Smith apple juice. So I put this through our extractor, and I'm going to put a full ounce of this in here. And hopefully it doesn't go everywhere on me, and it is. But we're going to put in a full ounce of that. Next, we're going to come into our seedlip. Now, obviously, as I said to you, it would be the garden variety is what I would use normally, but all I have in my apartment right now is the citrus. So we're going to add 2.5 ounces of the seedlip. And again, this would work in lieu of your spirit. So a traditional Collins would have vodka or gin or whiskey or whatever you would want in there as your spirit of choice. But we're going to obviously use the seedlip. And the beauty of a seedlip is that in terms of the actual formulas of cocktails, it allows you to still use the same formulas in terms of your base spirit, and keep the lemon and your sugar to the same proportions, because one of the big mistakes that a lot of cocktail bars use in terms of creating non-alcoholic drinks is they just double or triple the amount of lemon juice and sugar syrup, and what that results in is a real intense sweet drink. So we're going to be able to basically keep that formula of a Collins, so that it should taste like a really light and dry lemonade with the herbaceousness of the basil coming through, and apple and elderflower. So now we've got everything in there, we're ready to shake. So obviously I'm using my hands because I'm in my apartment, but we're going to be adding a couple of nice chunks of ice to our rocks glass. Now again, this would normally be in a highball glass. I don't have highball glass at home, So we're improvising. So now what we're going to be doing is adding our ice to the tin. Now at home you could be using a mason jar, well, it's whatever, or a protein shaker, whatever you've got in your house during these times. But whatever you do when you seal it, just make sure that you've got it nice and tight. And then you're going to, essentially what you want to do with shaking, you want to get the ice from the top of the tin to the bottom of the tin to bind the ingredients together and to add water and to make sure that your drink is chilled. So we're going to start shaking. Should be ready. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add 1.5 ounces of soda water. So traditionally in this original recipe we would have been using cucumber soda, but I only have tangerine soda here today, so we're going to be going with that. But again, the drinks should still taste very good. And then we're just going to strain this all out over a big rock. And that is your garden Collins. So it's nice and light, perfect going into the summer period. And the big thing that I love about this drink, obviously, because of the beauty of Seedlip, is that you can keep those same proportions that you would normally use in a Collins, so that the flavors, it's not overwhelmingly citrus driven or very sweet. It's really light, and you've got really beautiful flavors of the garden coming through in basil, apple, elderflower, and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I am looking forward to getting to the Virgin Mary very soon when we can. But until that time, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye bye.